a lot of it is to do with the entrepreneur. So people say, well, what do you look for when you're investing? And I think a lot of it is you can have a great product, but the entrepreneur is not right, I won't invest. I hate the beach. I hate all the people around me with no clothes on, sitting there like roasted ducks. What Dragon's Den has helped me is to look at other businesses in other industries and widen my horizon.
Welcome back to The Joy of Shopping. I'm your host, Farah Sattaur, and we have businessman, entrepreneur. You probably know him best on Dragon's Den, and he does own several retail brands, including Ghost, Hawes & Curtis, and one of my favorites we have here on QVC, Finery London. Touker Suleyman, how are you?
Thank you for having me.
Thanks for being here. I want to go straight into it with Finery London because I do absolutely love it. Tell me about it. What have we got coming up in 2025?
Right. Well, Finery London is my little baby. And I decided to create Finery London to make a real disruption in what I call the brands. So 3 main pillars of Finery London to start with. One is great design, great quality, and great value. And you probably know that. So Finery London is one of those hidden secrets, hidden gems that a lot of shoppers, especially on QVC, have found in comparison to other brands where we're half the price. Predominantly in the last couple of years, we've been a dress brand. We're now into separates, casual wear. And in 2025, we're going into more accessories as bags and shoes and jewelry. So the collection is widening. The brand is getting bigger, and there's nothing stopping us.
I love that. One of my favorite things about Finery, because I've actually hosted some of the shows here for Finery last year, and I love that it's generational. It's something I would wear, something I know my mum would wear. I could definitely throw some items on my niece. What do you think for yourself, being the founder? Is there one particular thing that you would say that sets Finery aside from other brands?
Well, look, I've got 50 years of manufacturing experience. So the principle is I start with great fabric. Fabric that when you receive the product, you say, that's good quality. That is my aim.
Yeah.
The second thing, the design.
Yeah.
And design's got to be up to the minute design that in most cases is not high fashion where you wear it once and you throw it away. No. It's an investment piece. And the third thing is the price, the value. And I think it's very important today, especially in today's economic climate, that you get great value. And that's what Finery stands for. Great design, great quality, great value. And I stick by that.
Yeah, no, I will actually add as well, you do have inclusive sizes.
Yes.
You do have shorter length options.
One of the things we got coming this year, I forgot to add, petites.
Oh,
yes.
Is that an exclusive,
yes.
Touker?
Well, not exclusive, but what's happening is that we realise that with the fashion being mid-axy, some shorter women are saying, oh, it's too long for me. Yeah. So we're going to cater for that person. The one who's 5'2", 5'3", 5'4", 5'5". So come the second half of 25, most dresses will have petites, and that's a new introduction, which I totally forgot about, but I'm adding it now.
Amazing. I think that's going to be great because we have so many petite customers. So I think that's going to be a win. Let's get into your shopping habits, because I think it's great to talk to a man from a male perspective, how they shop. Are you more of an online shopper? Do you like to get out there into the department store?
Well, look, I'm an easy shopper. I love navy. I don't wear fashion, but I wear quality. Luckily enough, I own a men's store, Hawes & Curtis. So therefore, I do most of my shopping there. I of course.
That must be so handy, right? Just go in there, pick everything out.
Yeah, but I still pay. I have to pay.
Oh.
Yes.
No, you don't.
I do.
Why?
Because it just shows that if the boss pays, everybody else pays.
Not even a friends and family discount?
I'll get a discount. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes. But you know, but the funny thing about men, since COVID, men are spending more money on themselves, be it grooming, be it clothes. So what we're seeing is the menswear business, even in a sort of recession that I think we're in now, it's still very buoyant. So for me, what do I buy? I would buy a pair of shoes. I've got a couple of brands that I like, my sort of sneaker type brands that are very comfortable.
Yeah.
And sometimes I would even go to somewhere very basic and buy my basics. I won't mention any names on here, but just like a good jacket, I'm not somebody who's got to go out and lash out thousands of pounds just to have a label in the back. Because most of these factories make the same thing they make for 5 brands, 5 different price points. So if you know your way around, like I do, you know where to go.
You know exactly where to shop.
Sure.
I'm going to take some tips after this.
Yeah.
Is it worth me even asking? Because you just said you don't like to spend thousands of pounds on an item, but do you have a big spend on, you said you like trainers. Have you spent a lot of money on a pair of trainers? No,
I buy a couple of pairs a year. I have for instance, for Dragon's Den, I have my suits made for me, my shirts and monograms made for me. I haven't got ties and handkerchiefs made for me. I'm fortunate. I've got a range of suppliers who will bend over backwards to make me Touker Time product.
Touker Time product.
Yeah.
Love that. You should get that hashtagging.
I have got hashtag.
Have you?
Yeah.
What is it? Touker Time product?
Hashtag Touker Time.
This is great.
Yeah.
Hashtag Touker Time. I'm gonna see what comes up after this. In terms of gifts, do you think you're a good gifter?
No.
No. Do you just ask them, what do you want for your birthday? What do you want for Christmas?
Cash. Boom.
This is
you got to buy something. So my children, every Christmas, every birthday, they get a cash. Friends who I know say, look, I can't be bothered to buy anything. Here's something, go buy something. Here's a voucher.
Voucher.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So money or vouchers?
Yeah, mainly money. It's easy to transfer, simple done. I haven't got to worry about it.
Have you received then any strange or weird gifts that you've opened and you're just like, why did you get me this?
I get so many gifts in the post. Yeah, people send me products and I'm thinking, oh, what's that?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, I'm not a good receiver of gifts. People send me my beautiful cufflinks, and I just put them in a box, put them away.
Is it because you don't know the brand? Because you said you like to say
I hate gifts. I hate people buying me gifts.
Why?
I'm not a good receiver.
Say thank you.
I do say thank you.
Pass them on to me too,
But if I have a birthday party, please no gifts. If I do it, no gifts.
Really?
Yeah.
What if it's like sentimental, like personalised gifts? Would you not like that?
Yeah. But still, I know that somebody will go out of their way to get me a gift, and I appreciate that.
That's lovely.
But really,
you don't care.
I'm not a good gift receiver. I love giving things away, but not receiving them.
So come Christmas time, your children are like, I know Dad doesn't want anything, so we'll just miss him off.
They always buy me something. Say, Dad, this is for you.
Yeah.
We sort of got 2 daughters, and they always say, Dad, this is for you. And it's always nice. Whether it's a scarf or something, but then they expect a large sum of cash to go shop in exchange. Yeah.
Now, I always ask my guests, what is a product that you never knew you needed and now can't live without? And that could be maybe your time on Dragon's Den. Maybe you saw a product and you were kind of like, wow, never seen this before, I need it.
iPhone.
iPhone?
Yeah.
We had an iPhone for ages.
Yeah, I know. But you said I never needed it. I mean, when you think about it.
What, a phone? Or is it specifically an
iPhone?
No,
a phone. Look, I think at the end of the day, if you're an up and mobile person, you've got loads of things going on. Communication is a very important factor. And I run over 30 businesses in total. So people are communicating with me. So when you say to me, never thought, there's 2 things that I live with. One's an iPad and one's an iPhone. And I know I'm not advertising the brands. However, it's part of my life and it's part of my business. And I'm a workaholic.
Yeah.
Do you ever switch off?
No.
No?
No.
Do you have all the gadgets to go with your iPad and your iPhone? No.
No gadgets.
Nothing. You don't have the what's that pen called for the iPhone?
I'll be honest with you. I'm not a techie.
No.
I just know very basics.
Okay.
Communication, and that's it.
Okay. So iPhone.
Look, I'm not high maintenance.
No?
No.
You sound a little bit high maintenance too.
No. My high maintenance really is a pair of sneakers. I got my hair cut, I got my car, and I live in a nice home. I'm always doing things for the house. So just basics. I'm not somebody who owns a private plane, who owns a boat. That's not me. I hate holidays. I can't stand being on a beach in the sun, in the sand. Oh my God. So that's a nightmare.
I mean, that needs a moment of silence.
Yeah.
You hate holidays.
Yeah.
You don't have to be on a beach though. You go skiing, be in the cold.
I haven't been skiing for a few years.
But do you prefer like a skiing holiday or
look, I used to go skiing until my legs are not so strong anymore. I'm more of a sun person, but I'm more somebody who wants to just relax. Again, on my iPad, looking at my work. But I'm
on
not
the beach.
I hate the beach. I hate all the people around me with no clothes on. Sitting there like roasted ducks.
No, but sometimes you get a really tame beach and it's, it's not too busy.
Can I tell you?
Yeah.
I get my relaxed time when I go home at night, every night.
Yeah.
And I have an hour to myself where I sit back, I watch the news, I'm on my iPad again, looking at my emails and just unwinding.
Yeah.
That's to me my relaxation.
I'm trying to visualize this. Touker with your robe, feet up.
Yeah.
Big slippers.
No slippers.
Socks.
Maybe
fuzzy socks.
Maybe.
Have you got like a dehumidifier on? Like, what are those scented?
No.
You know what? No? Nothing to go around the room?
No, nothing so fancy.
Do you set up the lighting?
No.
No?
Okay. That's not me. For me, after you've had a very stressful day, just want to not communicate with anybody, turn my phone to silent so nobody calls, and just recharge myself. And then I sort of wake up at about 4 a.m. thinking, whoa, what time is it? And then I'm up normally about 6 o'clock in the morning. Yeah. So I'm a day person. So if you say to me, when was the last time I went out beyond 10 o'clock? I can't remember. I'm in bed by 9. I like to get a good night's sleep, wake up really early. As you get older, you realize that, prevention is better than cure as far as your health. And that's what I'm about.
That was your quote this morning.
Yes.
We're going to get on, save that though. We're going to get on to quotes a bit later because I do love a quote. Right, taking it back to shopping quickly. I know you said you're not a big shopper, but if you have a day when you personally want to do some shopping, what's your favourite thing to shop for? It doesn't have to be fashion. It could be homeware, cookware, anything. Garden.
Good question, which is difficult to answer. Look, I think for me, I go... So how do I spend my weekends? I go around the shops.
Okay.
Why? Education. I'm somebody who wanders. I mean, I'd wander into, because I live very near Westfield. I wander around the shops there. I go in and out. I see what other people are selling, because in my world, knowledge is king. I need to know who's selling what. Yeah. And I go in, talk to the assistants. Well, what are you selling? What kind you get enough of? Education. Yeah. That's me. Okay. I'm a sponge. I'd like to go into stores and understand. So I would go into all sorts of, I'll go into my own stores, of course. And I've got 3 stores in Westfield, London. We've got Hawes & Curtis, we've got Ghost, and we've got Bike Soup, a bike shop. So, and then I would go into Zara, and I'd go into other retailers. So that's my shopping. My shopping for me is education rather than...
Seeing what competitors are doing.
Yeah, of course.
Well, you just said education is key.
Yes.
So do you feel like there's been a huge impact with social media shopping? Because for myself, I love online shopping. I've probably do majority of my shopping on TikTok. And that goes for fashion, that goes for homeware. And I absolutely love it. Do you feel like that has had a positive or a negative impact?
Look, I think every channel has its day. And I think what we're seeing is that retail is coming back. That doesn't mean that social media shopping is going off. Right. However, what is also happening is the fact that the cost of doing business on social media with Meta is getting more expensive. Yeah. So companies are not spending money on marketing. So they're looking for other ways, whether it's Instagram, whether it is guerrilla marketing, other ways to market their products. TikTok could be another way. But companies are spending or looking to spend less and less on marketing.
Touker, you've done 10 years on Dragon's Den now. What would you say you've learned from the show?
Ooh. Well, I've learned a lot because when I first went on Dragon's Den, I was a fashion man, fashion product. I didn't know anything about food, gluten-free, sustainability, all of that. And what Dragon's Den has helped me is to look at other businesses in other industries and widen my horizon and invest in areas that I never dreamt of, ranging from bicycle products to knitting products to technology, you name it, never stops there. And that's helped me as well to go beyond Dragon's Den, invest in similar sectors outside of Dragon's Den as well.
Do you know what I love about you is on the show is you have come across as quite, serious businessman, but you are the first one to get up there, kind of look at the product, feel around. I mean, I've seen you jump on a number of beds.
Yep. And
broken them.
Yep.
You even went into a cot. Do you remember that?
Yep.
I mean,
look, I think the question really is that what is a dragon? A dragon, I'm hoping to make other people's dreams come true by investing in them. B, if they've come up with product, I need to know about that product to find out whether, is it what they say? Does it do what it says on the ticket? And in a way, it is to show the audience who are watching that, are they going to buy that product?
Right.
And what does it do? Do I agree with it?
And how quick are you to know I'm going to invest in them?
Look, I think a lot of it is gut feeling.
Yeah.
I think a lot of it is to do with the entrepreneur. So people say, well, what do you look for when you're investing? And I think a lot of it is you can have a great product, but the entrepreneur is not right. I won't invest.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, I'm not going to run the business for them. I'm going to help them, guide them. So the entrepreneur is very important. The second thing when you come to pitch entrepreneur is to get your numbers right. And the most important thing is say, guys, this is where I am. This is where I will be in 2 years' time. Forget that you've lost money or whatever. That's irrelevant.
Right.
It's the future, because that's what I'm investing in, the future.
Well, you talk about entrepreneurs and you see them all the time.
Yeah.
They pitch to you. I'm sure you see hundreds. What would you say is the biggest mistake entrepreneurs do? Not just in Dragon's Den, but just, for startups as well.
Look, I think the biggest mistake that they all do is they don't realize that cash is king. So when they come up with a pitch, they don't say, this is my situation. This is what I need for the next 12 months. And this is where I'm going. And this is my path to it. And a lot of people say, well, I want 50,000 or 100,000 or whatever they want, but the business will go from 1 million to 2 million, but they don't work out that journey. They're going to need much more than 100,000, and that's the big problem. Okay. I look at businesses and say, right, if you're going to go from A to B, you're going to need X amount of money. And what you're asking for, A, is not enough, or it's not doable. And I think that's really important. And the real issue is that a lot of people don't know how to run a business and run it for cash. Cash is like the bloodline of any business.
So I'm sure you get this question all the time, but for anyone that's watching and listening that has been thinking about starting up a business, what one piece of advice would you give them?
Starting a business, I always say this, you don't need to be a rocket scientist or a genius or a professor. All you got to do is, and you don't have to reinvent something, all you got to do is look at any product, look at the use of it and say, can you make it better? What is your unique selling point? How do you disrupt the market? They are the first things you think about. How do I do things differently than what's out there? How can I improve a product? So even an existing product, you can improve it. If you can improve it, that's the beginning.
Now, you said you are launching a jewelry brand this year.
Yeah.
What else is coming up for you?
Oof, quite a lot.
A lot?
Yeah. I mentioned a few of the products. I think my focus at the moment is to expand the finery collection, as we spoke about. New products that are coming online. We're doing, I've got quite a few baby brands.
Okay.
So we're bringing on a little product that's a competition to a product that came on Dragon's Den before me. A little suitcase, very similar. I won't mention the name. The jewelry brand is a big thing because it's going to be quite unique, well priced, and if the first one works, then we'll open 10 more branches.
Do you know off the top of your head how many companies you own and have invested in? Rough number.
It would take me, well, in excess of 30, that's for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, we have something very much in common. We love a quote. You definitely love a quote.
Yeah, I love a quote.
Touker loves a quote.
Yeah.
I want to end on a quote that you either live by or just a couple of your favorite ones.
Look, one of my biggest quotes is "You never give up." I get a lot of people. I come across a lot of people who are in desperate straits, and it's difficult. And yes, it is tough out there for a lot of people. Yeah. And I always say, look, it'll pass. You got to stay in there, and you never give up. And that's one of my biggest quotes. You never give up. That is so key. The other quote that I love, when it comes to health, and I learned the hard way when I became very ill about 4 years ago, is prevention is better than cure. You've got to, and we live in a better society now than we did since COVID. Everyone is health conscious. That is really important today, and I think we're starting quite young, and I think with the next generation, we'll see a much healthier society, hopefully.
No, I agree.
Yeah.
Thank you for that. Touker, thank you so much for joining me here on The Joy of Shopping. I wish you the best with your jewellery brand and everything else coming up.
Thank you for having me.
Hey everyone, thank you so much for tuning in to the Joy of Shopping podcast. Make sure you like, subscribe, and if you missed any of the episodes, make sure you check out our playlist.